Okay, welcome back. I have interesting news to relay. I'll start with the... I'll go in reverse order on the couple of... I looked at three things during the time I was away. One was I watched the playback and basically mentally compared the Xaskazien Barbarian's stats to the average stats the Berserker would have, and they're roughly on par. So it should be... I think the Xaskazien Barbarian is a little more powerful, but it should be because it's a higher level. So I don't think there's a problem there. The second thing I looked at, we were worried about the Berserker's its odds staying at 10% and not spinning the way they should have. When we calculated that it should have had, I think, it had 155 attack at max value, and we had 105 defense at the time. So it should have had actually a 50% chance to hit, but I was forgetting a couple of things. Mainly, yeah, right here, the Mandane, not a couple of things, one thing. We were wearing, and still are wearing, the Manbane Gallia of Brawn. The Manbane aspect, of course, gives us plus 90 defense versus persons, which means it should have had a negative 45% chance to hit us, or 10%. So there was no error on display there. There might well be an error. Somebody else reported an error they once saw there, but given I already looked through that code and could find nothing wrong, I'm going to guess they were in a similar circumstance where they weren't aware that their defense against that monster was higher than they thought it was. I don't have time to investigate theoretical errors that I've already investigated that proved not to be errors. The third and final thing. Here's the thing. Technically not an error. I'm not going to cast it again. What I did in between games here, I did something you should never do. I backed up my save and came in and kept practicing with this spell until I got the bug fixed, right? And then put the game back to where it should be. So I save scum to test. So it's all working now. But the truth is, it was working before. The way the Apostate's ring was set to work, it was technically working, but I think it was a dumb way of working, so I've changed it. It was looking at how much is the cost of the spell. In that case, of course, 35 spell points. It was calculating, okay, what is 80% of 35 spell points, which is when you do 1 to 1.25, it ends up being 80%. So it came up with 28 spell points. We cast the spell. It gave us 28 spell points. It gave us 35 spell points for the cost of 28 faith. We saw that. And we successfully cast Generate Gold. But the truth is, it didn't use our initial spell points. So it gave you the full value, the full 35 spell points you need to cast a spell, without touching your spell points, if you didn't have enough spell points to cast a spell in the first place. In some ways, that's kind of cool, because now I'd still have 20 spell points left over for certain lesser spells, right? But it would be confusing. I obviously expected it to work differently, and I think most people would expect it to generate the amount of spell points you need to cast a spell, not the amount you need to cast a spell if your spell points were at 0. So now, and I can vouch for it having tested it, it does generate the amount of spell points you need just to fill in the leftover. So if we were to cast it now, it would give us 14 spell points for the cost of 11 faith. I tested that, that's what happens. P.S. Because I was testing, I also ran over and put on the other Apostate's ring, just to see what would happen. It doesn't add any extra effect. It still converts, it just treats it as if you had one on. It converts the spell points at 1 to 1.25. I can't think of a way to communicate how that would stack, so I think that's fine. That was it. That's it. We're all caught up. There's no more bugs to fix right now, so let's just look around. And the last thing we might want to do is maybe grab the... let's see what's in the clay urns, and then we'll get out of here. Liquid urn inside is ale. I guess we do need it. Let's go ahead and drink it. Gives us 50 extra strength, halves our dexterity, but that means we can try all these things again, right? Opened it, got gems worth 84. We release a vampire. We can fight that. That's fine. Let's go ahead and use release. Let's pray to Vestonus to strike this vampire dead. That worked out. Got a lot of experience and some faith back for that. Still too heavy for the rest of them. Let's go over here. Let's wait till our dexterity is back. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. We're about to drop some gold. That's probably dumb. Maybe not. I guess not. That's right. We can carry 163 with our shield of many pockets. Let's go down. Looks like another maze level. I'm not a fan of maze levels. They're very infrequent. Because I realized how much I hated them, I made them less frequent. Might not be a maze level. It's a nice big room here. Maybe it is. Got a Thorn Elemental, specifically a Thorn Elemental Healer. So, it is Genius Intelligence. It has 27% magic resistance. It takes extra 25% damage from fire. It causes 1 to 3 damage every time we hit it in combat. It causes that to us. It has a 61% chance to paralyze us for 30 turns every time it hits us, and it has a 25% chance to cast mid-power spells. Again, this is not going to last much longer. We got 2 charges in it, which means we must have generated 1, and then our Arcane Resonance gave us 1. Mountain Lion. I don't think that's going to be able to tackle it, but maybe it'll absorb some spell points. There, it's healing itself. Got a Rampaging Werewolf coming too. The Rampaging aspect is what? 50% chance it doubles damage on a hit. Lindworm. Yeah, we're fighting it. I don't want to get lycanthropy, so let's go ahead and kill it. Acid Blast. What's this thing coming? Monsters are definitely getting tougher, eh? Forest Giant. I don't think that's new. There is Jungle Giant in this new update, but that's not it. That came out a while ago. Has a chance of poisoning us, which again could be quite dangerous, but we don't have any means of like summoning anything to block it. Let's go ahead and use the portable well right now. 2 attribute points for 100 gold. I'm not sure that was worth it. Let's go ahead and Acid Blast him. He's dead. And let's Acid Blast him. He's dead. Did I see 41 damage? Oh yeah, the Acid Blast does a lot more than the Frost Blast. 20 to 55. Acid Blast is, of course, a more costly spell than Frost Blast is, but in staff form it doesn't really translate. We found a Staff of Creature Summoning. Let's go ahead and drop our old Staff of Creature Summoning. Take this one because it'll have some 6 charges in it, so there you go. Again, it won't be useful for much longer. We're already down to dungeon level 19. By dungeon level 20, it's pretty much outstaying its usefulness. But certainly by 21, it's outstayed its usefulness. What do we want here, guys? I don't remember what the maximum level of like a medium armor is, right? It'd be 90 strength, 100 strength, 110 strength, 120 strength, maybe 130 strength might do it, might exhaust, and then the rest would be... If that's the case, then we don't need more strength for the purposes of wearing more heavy armor or using a heavier weapon, which we can't do anyway, because we can't get to like heavy weapons and armor. Because we can't learn those because we're a gnome. But we could stick this into intelligence for now. Oh, it's only 2 points, isn't it? I thought it would be 20 or 100 or 10. Jesus Christ. My brain is broken. My mountain lion's still alive. We could enter the Webling's Masquerade. That's a were-spider lair. Were-spiders are one of the fouler variants of lycanthrope. Their homes are inevitably festooned with web, but if you can fight your way through those sticky curtains, you may also find the magic items the were-spiders seem to love so well. So a lot of magic items in there. We'll see. I'll consider it. At least this is one of those mazes that has rooms. Our mountain lion's dead. I heard something kill it. Giant tarantula. Paralyzed it. There's another something coming. That is Erdrick the Slumberer, a Yenganger champion. So it has higher health than normal. There's a 25% chance it causes sleeping sickness on him. That's a disease that can make you just randomly fall asleep. You're walking along or in the middle of combat and you drop asleep, like narcolepsy. Summon something else. Bloodhawk, I doubt that's going to do much. Summon something else. let's just exhaust this because, again, we're not going to go down and fight it, you coward. We're not going to find it useful much longer. We'll be ditching it soon. And Insectile Lizard Wolf, that might be quite tough, actually. That is level 17. It can insta-kill. 8% chance it insta-kills when it hits. It's like getting a chance to hit, though. That thing's a bowman or something, and it's hitting from a distance. He killed our guy. Amphisbaena, two-headed snake. It's 2 attacks per round and can cause poison. How's that frickin' thing doing? Well, last one. An iguanodon. I doubt it's going to do much, but we'll try. Oh, he got it, I think. The lycanthrope's dead. See if it also kills it. The iguanodon has sleeping sickness. 11 points of electrical damage. And it caused sleeping sickness. That's not good. Let's take a look at what that does to us. Every single turn, there's a 1% chance we fall asleep for 10 to 30 turns. Yikes. Well, it's done its worst. Can we just fight it now? No, it's also much tougher than us. Has a lot of health. Of course, it's a champion. Oh, I shouldn't have cast that at it. That was a mistake. When I cast a spell at it, that woke it up. When I could have swung at it, hit for max damage. It's dead now. 270 gold worth of gems out of that. We are definitely starting to run into... Well, it didn't die. I thought it died. I thought I heard it die. We're definitely starting to run into some problems here. Monsters are getting a little tougher than I think I can... It's a sleeping summoned. I mean, it's just sleeping. Shh, kitty's just sleeping. It's not sleeping, is it? It's dead. Interesting it doesn't lose that status. That's a minor thing. Well, maybe it's not. If it came back to life, it would be asleep. I'll put it in brackets over here. Sleeping when dead? Question mark? I guess it's technically an error. We could pray to this. It would drop a monster dead on the level. 79% chance, but it would really make Vastonas mad. There, he fell asleep. Let's just press backspace to pass the time until we wake up. Prayer of showering gold. Can we carry any gold? Yeah. Let's drop this. Take the prayer of showering gold. We're praying to Illumis just to drop gold on our head. 65% chance of success. We'll get 1 to 50 gold pieces, but we failed. Don't really need the bread, but we'll carry it for now. Acid blasts. Probably drop the summoned creature staff in a second. It served us well, but its time is through. Fell asleep. And again. I'm going to take it because we may not be back this way. Mazes are hard to backtrack in, right? You may not get back just because you have so much ground to cover. Fuck. So I'll just take the gold now. We could just go down. Let's look for a cure, man. Vian Shrine, any random potion we can chug. Giant spider that could poison us. Got no choice if we want to proceed. 24% chance it grievously poisons us. Grievous is not quite as bad as critical, but it's bad. It's obviously worse than normal. And much worse than mild. This is getting a little tricky to get through. Fuck it. Let's just go. Let's try to do it. I was going to wall pass, but no. A lot of rooms. That's helping break up the monotony of the maze. Create armament. That is a high power spell, a high power conjuration. We'd have to get our spell use level up to an expert. Right now it's basic. But for 210 spell points, it would randomly create a new weapon or armor for us. And because of our Gnomish plus 20% chance weapons and armor they find have enchantments, I believe it would kick in there too. It uses the same code to find as it does to summon. Let's drink this and hope that it gets rid of sleeping sickness. Nope. Strength. Belt pouch. Let's just carry an extra 20 gold. Worth it for now. Can I carry, what, 155? Well, right now 233, for God's sakes, because we have an extra 50 in here. Going into here, we're going to cast Extinguish while we're standing in the smoke. And then here and do it again. And so ends our game, guys. A dual crashing walls trap. So we had that 25% chance to disarm it right off the bat, right? 75% chance it springs, 25% chance it doesn't. It did spring. Then there were two separate checks to see if we could either dodge the dual crashing walls or physically stop them just by putting our arms out because we're that freaking powerful. It picked a number from 1 to 300. If that was less than our dexterity, then we would have stopped it. Then it picked a number from 1 to 300, and if that was less than our strength, we would have stopped it. But we failed all three of those checks. The detection and those two dodges. So if it's not avoided, it does 16 to 54 physical damage for every 5 levels deep you are. It did 136, and that is that. There you go. That is the level. We're dead. Let's just take a look around and see what we were missing, just so we know. We had nothing unidentified in our inventory, unfortunately, but there was a smuggler here. Not that would have helped us much. We would have been having a, trying to extinguish our way through here and probably not gotten very far, to be honest. There was a troll over here, a nightmare down here. Everything else was dead. Oh, ghost. Ghost up here. This was booby-trapped if we had opened it. The locked trap vault. The coffin was trapped if we tried to open it. And that's about all we can see. This was a magic item here. This was a trinket. This was a Tome of Knowledge. It would have increased one of our skills, potentially. That's it, guys. Another Tome of Knowledge. Damn it, we missed a bunch of those. Alright, let's see how we fared in terms of our score, etc. We are known... We got a score of 48,787. We are remembered as Nitbale Call the Exquisite, which puts her out of my last 6 games as second place. I had that Gnomish paladin who again started as a fairy, became a gnome when he metamorphosed, but yeah, not bad. Mashed by a dual crashing walls trap on dungeon level 19. We were almost 2/3 of the way, guys. Alright, that's it. I'm going to stop putting up videos for the time being, because between now and the 15th, again, I've got 3 days, I've got to playtest as much as I can and fix as much as I can. And the more I have to stop to record and output and then upload and then sometimes watch the videos to see if I missed anything. Admittedly, that's proven helpful. I've found bugs I otherwise would have missed. But the more I do that, of course, the slower I go in just basic testing. So I'm going to stop. It also runs my voice ragged. So, as per always, I hope you're having a Jim Dandy of a day. And yeah, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. There will be more stuff coming soon enough. It won't be Caverns for a while, probably. I got other games to play, other roguelikes. But come on back and see what else we got, or check out any of the, I think, 1,000+ videos that are up on this channel if you want to see some other roguelikes in action, most of which are free, and most of which it gives you the download link to grab it for yourself. That's it. Let's press back. I want to press quit, and I'm going to leave you alone.